Alright, well I told you that I took the class from Jeff Lawton on permaculture design, and here's the design that we did for our front 5 acres. Really the front part in front of us is about 4 acres, but it's 5 acres when you include where our house is, just behind our house towards the creek, the kitchen garden, and all that. And so I'll start with what is complete on this, and I'll keep on the big picture here for a little bit. My son Caleb is going to be my assistant and point things out. So Caleb, show him the first chicken paddock there that is intended to be put in. Right there. That's one of the chicken paddocks. And then the second paddock there where the ducks are going to be temporarily.
So here are our ducks, and we've been keeping them in this kennel over here because they were being attacked by dogs. So hopefully here soon in the future we'll be able to make them a more sustainable area where they're safe from the dogs. Here our ducks are going up to the pond up there. And the big goose there, he's Junior. He likes the ducks. He helps protect them. And here they are at the pond now. Just come over here and check us out. Hey there, what you doing? Look at her, she's getting closer and closer. She thinks I have some food for her.
This is right there. And show them the big swell and pond that are actually in. Now on that swell, all we have to do is add like 4 trees, like about 4 trees that didn't make it. This is the swell that we put in last year. It's the first time we've had cows in the pasture there. And we had a good rain just yesterday. Look at the color of this water in here. There is some serious nutrient in this water. And of course, look who else loves the swell. Surprise, surprise, right? The geese. So they are in the swell. They love it after it rains. And they're dropping their nutrient in this. Man, can you imagine how well these trees are going to be doing once their roots tap into that swell water? You know, there's a saying, you know, who ruffled your feathers? And I learned where that saying came from. See if the geese do it when they're in the water. I don't know that they will. But there's Daddy Goose starting to get upset. Because it is the season where these geese are on nests. See him? He's getting mad at me. See? See how he ruffles his feathers? He gets all ruffled up. And he's saying, hey, hey, hey. He's warning me. He said, Bub, you're getting too close. So what's happening here is that the water is running down this way still right now because it got so much rain, it's so saturated. The water's running down and it's still running into this swell. So that's why the swell is still overflowing and filling up the pond. And the overflow to the pond is right over there. And it goes into the ditch. So this is the last place where we're collecting this water. And then there's 3 mini swales. One of them blueberry and then the 2 blackberry. And I will come in on these now. So here's our smaller swales that we dug by hand. This one's blueberry, blackberry, and blackberry. And these are all thornless blackberries. My lovely wife actually drew this herself. She's super talented. And then show the larger grazing paddock, Scooter. What that's going to be. Yep, in there. That whole area. And there's going to be one pond in that section. It's going to be right there. It's really low over there, so it's already a natural pond. And then back up towards the front here, Scooter. Show them the next paddock just above the mini swales. That's going to be where chickens are going to go. And also cows are going to move through each one of these paddocks. And then I'll come in on this. It's going to be, we're going to have a swimming pond in. Go and show that, Scooter. And that's going to be also connected to a swale system. See the swales above it. The swell is going to overflow and cascade, and as it cascades down, we're going to put filtering plants in there, aquatic filtering plants and rocks, so that when it overflows from that swell into the pond, it will be clean water. Then we have a main crop area right in there. We have all the chickens are in there right now, really working that area. And then we're going to move them out and then plant the main crops in there. Main crop meaning like rows of squash, because they take up huge amounts of areas, and then we'll do some potatoes and then probably corn in between the squash plants, things like that. And then our next, we're going to do a pretty decent sized pond over here. Yep, that's where we intend for the ducks to actually live. We want to put like an island on there so that the ducks can, you know, actually swim out to the island, have their island. And there also will be a swell connected to that. Show them the swell there, Scooter. That swell will be connected to that pond as well. So let me come down here. This is our house that we're living in right now. Just on the back side of our house is actually, there's some construction going on right now, the barn and shop. Right there. Yep, barn and shop, that's under construction. And the kitchen garden is in, but when we gardened last year, we figured out that we need to do something about the invasive weeds and how to make it lower maintenance. So we're doing raised beds. This year we have 2 raised beds in, and we have several more to go. So we will bring you along on that process. We are out here in our kitchen garden and working on it. And this is what the garden beds were like this last year. So this year we're trying something new, and we just started implementing it. We're going to do raised beds with this vinyl. We have a bunch of this vinyl that we got for free. It's plastic vinyl. It's really sturdy plastic. I mean, heavy duty. And so we're putting that down on the walkways, and the wood sits on top of that to hold the edge of the vinyl plastic down. And then raised garden bed, and the garden beds are only raised by about 6 to 8 inches. And these beds are laid out on contour. So what the contour means is that it's sloping this way. Our ground sloping this way. So when it rains, water's going to soak down, and it's going to soak into the beds. This one we're working on right now is not going to be on contour, because what this was a hugel bed, and it was circular, and we had rocks all around. What we did is we piled rocks all around, and then a bunch of dying wood underneath that, natural woods like oak and whatnot. So we finished that garden bed we were working on. This is, what is this, about 3 foot by 3 by 8. So about a 3 by 8 growing bed. We should be able to grow a massive amount of food in that one bed and not be battling the weeds all year long. Do you like that idea, Hannah, not having to battle the weeds?
I love that idea.
Yes. And just over from that kitchen garden is an old barn that's there right now. It really needs to come down, and we need to put something else there that's gonna work better. And then this is a creek that runs through our property, and it goes way down into what we call the back pasture. We have a back pasture that's about 3 acres of pretty good graze, and there's all kinds of opportunity back there that we haven't even explored yet as far as doing a design for it. I look forward to going on the roof and doing a bird's eye view for you. For my job, I climb my ladder a lot. Every day, I install a wireless internet for folks. My fearless helper here, Joshy. He loves climbing. That's my Joshy monkey. He loves climbing, and he loves just about anything adventurous. But unfortunately, Joshy, you're not going to be able to come up to the roof with cowboy boots on.
Okay.
You're gonna need sneakers. Alright, up the second ladder. First ladder was to get on top of our porch. Second ladder is to get on top of the main roof. This is a little bit sketchy. Yeah, I'd say. Not quite making me shake because I've been on roofs that are much worse. More dangerous, but you should never take a chance on stuff like this. Alright, see if I can make the transition here. It's always the most dangerous moment. It's transitioning from the ladder to the roof, and from the roof to the ladder. But I made it. Hooray! Now I'm starting to get some proper perspective for you guys. Almost to the tippy top here. Okay, made it to the tippy top. You can see behind me our 4-acre pasture there. There's our kitchen garden. We just put that new bed in today. Come over here. And that permaculture design that I showed you. Right next to my truck, that's the main swale, about 175 feet long. It then overflows into the pond that I showed you all. Here's 3 little mini swales. Go 1, 2, 3. These 2 are blackberry and this one's blueberry. And there's our Rosa cow that we've been training. There's the little corral. That corral, we're planning on it being another garden as well. And over where my truck is parked and the trailer over there, that's that first chicken paddock that's going to be going in right over in there, and then the ducks are going to be over in there. And then this big paddock out here, and you can't see it from here, but it drops there quite a ways. That's where the other pond we're going to put in is right over there. This is about where we're going to be putting in that swimming pond. And then over here, it's going to be the main crop. You see where the chicken coop is. I built that chicken coop our first year here when I didn't know too much, but I made it movable, but I made it a little bit too heavy. But that's where we're going to put the main crop in. Behind that, we already have it staked out. Actually, we're going to be putting another swale in the pond, a big pond out here for the ducks. So that's the lay of our land there, that permaculture design that I showed you, and I very much so look forward to bringing you along on the adventure of implementing this permaculture design and looking at and sharing in the abundance that this produces for us. Thank you very much.